Dolmens are ancient stone sites found all over the world, on every continent. We are told they are ancient burial sites. I do not buy this. A dolmen, or portal tomb, is a type of single-chamber megalithic tomb, usually consisting of two or more stones supporting a large, flat, horizontal capstone or table. Dolmens are made of two or more upright stones with a single stone lying across the top of them. The most widely known dolmens are found in northwest Europe. It remains unclear when, why, and by whom the earliest dolmens were made. The oldest date from 7,000 years ago. Archaeologists do not know who erected these dolmens, which makes it difficult to know why they did it. Dolmens are generally all regarded as tombs or burial chambers, despite the absence of clear evidence for this. Very few dolmens have ever been found to contain skeletal remains. I'm not sure why tomb was decided on, other than to lead man away from the truth. Over 3,000 dolmens and other structures can be found in the northwestern Caucasus region in Russia, where more and more dolmens are discovered in the mountains each year. These dolmens are said to be related to the Maykop culture. The Korean peninsula is home to the world's highest concentration of dolmens, with over 35,000. Korea alone accounts for around 40% of the worldwide total. There are cemeteries of dolmens in Korea, consisting of 30 to 100 of the structures in close proximity to one another. Were these cemeteries or old towns? If 35,000 is around 40% of the total, there would be 87,500 dolmens in the world. Dolmens look exactly like what the Flintstones lived in. The Flintstones was the first adult primetime cartoon, like The Simpsons. We know The Simpsons is full of disclosure. I'm quite sure the Flintstones isn't strictly fiction. Man used to create technology that worked with the earth, and all beings lived in harmony. The Flintstones work with animals. The Flintstones live in a prehistoric world, yet they have a memory of modern technology from somewhere. They even celebrate Christmas. How would they celebrate Christmas if they come from 10,000 BC? These aren't oversights, they're clues. The Jetsons and the Flintstones are alive at the same time, yet they come from two seemingly different worlds. The Jetsons could either live in the sky, in the inner earth. It does show the Jetsons time traveling in one episode, but the time travel machine supposedly messed up, so did they really time travel? It's never said where the Jetsons live, but they do interact with the Flintstones on multiple occasions. My theory is the Flintstones are living on the surface in a world where civilization has been wiped out, a post-cataclysmic reset world, and the Jetsons are living in the sky or in the inner earth. There is an episode of the Flintstones where they're playing Scrabble, and the word cataclysm is a word Fred and someone else argue about. Fred Flintstone works at a rock quarry. He could be clearing rubble from the reset. Barney's last name is Rubble. Rubble is waste products or debris from a demolition. Fred and Barney belong to the Loyal Order of Water Buffaloes, a men's-only secret society, very similar to the Freemasons. The Freemasons may have begun with catastrophe survivors claiming all of the masonry left after a reset. It would be free for the taking. Now, this is just what I remember. It's hard to tell what I would pick up on if I actually watched the Flintstones. Again, my grandpa and I watched the Flintstones together. He really liked it, and so I've seen every episode many times. Back to dolmens. The word dolmen can be rearranged into old men, like old men's, man's structures in an old world. When I was researching this topic, I discovered there is a current architectural style of house called a dolmen house. I doubt that's a coincidence. Here's a dolmen house right here. These structures had to be built by giants, or man was once able to move heavy items with sound frequency or levitation. Russian legend says dolmens were built by giants for a race of dwarf people. Some dolmens are big enough to house giants. Maybe giants built the dwarf people houses like theirs. One thing that I noticed is most dolmens have at least one open side. Only a small percentage are fully enclosed, which makes housing seem less likely to me, unless the front of the house was made of another material and it's gone. Could dolmens be fallout shelters? Fallout shelters in preparation for the reset event, to go into when the sky is falling in this recurring catastrophe that takes place every so many years. The sky falling is a theme in entertainment. It's based on past events. November 12, 1833 has been called the day the sky fell. On this date, a spectacular meteor storm over North America created the appearance of millions of shooting stars raining down from the sky. The phenomenon, known as the Leonid meteor storm, amazed and terrified those who witnessed it. As many as 150,000 meteors per hour fell like fiery snowflakes from the sky. I wouldn't be so sure that dangerous objects didn't actually rain down to the earth, and any harm done has been hidden. This world does have regular catastrophic resets built in. The sky is a large clock, and when it completes a revolution, reset occurs. A, quote, new age begins. Reset prevents us from forgetting who we are and getting stuck in this simulated world forever. Ancient man had intimate knowledge of the sky clock and was ready for the next reset event. Going underground or in caves is how man survives these events. Perhaps dolmens were constructed in case you couldn't make it underground. Archaics.com has dubbed the intelligence or machinery doing these resets as the Phoenix, and the name resonates. The Phoenix is an ancient symbol. It being a symbol of rebirth has never felt right to me. The Phoenix feels like an ominous symbol, not an uplifting one. Ominous as in, when the Phoenix appears, it obliterates everything to ashes. This realm destroyer has also been described as a winged sun disk. Now here are some Flintstone houses. I do feel the vampiric bloodlines manipulating this realm have the ability to create a smaller reset, mud floods and other weather events that wipe out a large geographic area but not the whole realm. However, the Phoenix reset is one even the evil ones are afraid of, and it is scheduled to arrive by 2046, and likely why many wealthy folks are currently stocking up underground bunkers. When one begins to truly investigate megalithic sites, it becomes blatantly obvious that ancient man was far more technologically advanced than we are told, and likely more advanced than today. Beings were much larger as well. One adjective consistently used to describe ancient man is primitive. Primitive is from the word prime. Prime means excellent, noble, or distinguished. Primitive man was in his prime. A primitive society would be a noble, distinguished, and excellent one with free energy, grand architecture, and technology that worked with the earth and didn't harm wildlife, as is alluded to in the Flintstones. I have found zero evidence in support of evolution, yet there are mountains pointing towards devolution and cyclical cataclysms. Whatever dolmens once were, they are no longer. Dolmens are the remains of an old world, structures left over from an old world where everyone and everything was destroyed. Potentially a harmonious and magnificent society, but we will never know for certain. Dolmens are tombs in the sense that the true history of the old world has intentionally been buried. They're burial grounds of a world that once was. Have a great day.